comes up in just a moment. Good morning and welcome to Unity on the Space Coast, where you are welcome here.
So good to see you all. There is a space in my heart where I find the truth. I find me and you, a truth beyond what you may see now. But when we are one, we bring more good about. No matter who or what you call yourself or where you come from, yeah. There is a place in this world with open arms right now. Welcome to love, welcome to peace, welcome to our community. And be who you are and let your light shine. We're so much more when we unite. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. See when new eyes allow and unfold. Embrace and let go. Trust the flow. There's a freedom in love when you follow your heart. Together we are stronger than we could ever be apart. No matter who or what you call yourself or where you come from, yeah. There is a place in this world with open arms right now. Welcome to love, welcome to peace, welcome to our community. And be who you are and let your light shine. We're so much more when we unite. Welcome here. You are welcome here. And breathe in and out. Slowly feel all that's around you, and all that you feel, and all that you know. Let it go. Welcome to love, welcome to peace, welcome to our community. And be who you are, and let your light shine. We're so much more when we unite, yeah, when we unite, oh, 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 oh. When we when we unite, yeah, break it down. You are welcome here. Love is welcome. Peace is welcome here. I am welcome. You are welcome here. Love is welcome. Peace is welcome here. You are welcome here. Great job.
Good morning, good morning. Join me in prayer, please. Not that we didn't just pray us all in real good. Mother, Father God, we are grateful to be here today in our spiritual home with our spiritual family. We bless all of those who join us today. Those in need of extra prayer, we send them lots of love and energy. We know that there is only one power in the universe and in our lives, God the good, omnipotent. We give thanks for this in and after the nature of Jesus the Christ, and so it is. Amen. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yay, big day today. Do you guys just love his voice? It's just like, it's like butter. I just love it. And I have missed you so much. It's been a really, really long year, hasn't it? Last time he was here, and Kathy, both here in February, he and his wife both. Stand up so, Kathy, we want to introduce you to the folks online too. Yay. The woman behind the man, and I have to tell you, she works hard, but loves every minute of it too. Beautiful soul. I have Reverend Cynthia Alice here, who is going to make an announcement for us quickly.
Good morning, everyone. Well, I am so excited because John and I are going to be putting on a retreat. Reverend Roxanne is going to be joining us as well. And also another minister friend of mine from Kansas City, Reverend Carla McClellan. It is the first weekend in October. If you are interested, we'd love to have you. It's men and women. That's the number one question. Is it everybody? It's an everybody retreat. And then Eric just let me know he was going to try to make it as well. So it's going to be a beautiful time of energy, of connection, of soul mending, of soul inspiration. And so the title of the retreat is Reignite Your Power, Passion, and Purpose. It's going to be in Winter Park at a beautiful retreat center called San Pedro, and it's just been renovated. It is beautiful. It is run by the Catholic Church. But the rooms are really, really nice, and it's going to be a beautiful time of connection with some free time. And during that free time, there's even going to be a massage therapist there doing chair massage, so you can also get a little personal nurturing should you like. Beautiful labyrinth, beautiful grounds, a beautiful time. So there'll be flyers over on the table, and you register through my website. And again, I hope you'll join us. It's going to be a great time. And there's only about 10 spots left. I put it on Facebook, and just people started buying right away. I think we all are ready to connect. So I would love to have you. And teenagers are certainly welcome as well. All right, blessings.
Yay! So how lucky are we today? We are blessed. And it's so good to see everybody here today. And those of you online, we love you and appreciate the fact that you've come to join us today as well. So let's say together I call it our vision statement. It is our statement of being. Let's say it together. We are the creative I am, dedicating our lives to its full realization through compassion, inclusiveness, and joyous service. Amen. And then let's say with one another the truth that we know, the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Amen.
So this wonderful song is one that the amazing Eric Brook wrote with me. So we love getting to share this one, or I should say I won't assume you love it, but I love sharing it with Eric. And the beautiful thing, this is actually the title track to my last album called Moment to Moment.
There's no trick to really getting it when you believe in yourself and trust. such a treat when every moment's sweet. With your guiding hand, I know I must keep on going, yes, keep on growing, yes, keep on staying in the here and now. Letting go of stress, cleaning out the mess, so we're living at our very best. Moment to moment, oh, it's your life, so own it, yeah, yeah, yeah. And when the time comes to be yourself, may the highest calling be your help. Oh, 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 oh. Da 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 da. I have found that the only way to win is to find a path that works for you. So run this race at your own pace. Nobody does it better than you. So keep on going, yes, keep on growing, yes, keep on staying in the here and now. Letting go of stress, cleaning out the mess, so we're living at our very best. Moment to moment, oh, it's your life, so own it, yeah, yeah, yeah. And when the time comes to be yourself, may the highest calling be your help, yeah, 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 yeah. Take it to the bridge. Oh, no, no. Da, 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 da. No, no, no. Da 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 da. Yeah, 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 yeah. Da 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 na 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 na. Moment to moment. It's your life, so own it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And when the time comes to be yourself, may the highest calling be your help, yeah, yeah. May the highest calling be your help. No, no, no. May the highest calling be your help.
So I think I have I kind of lost track of where we were. Excellent, thank you. The wonderful benefit of being here is that they put prompts on the back and I can keep up. It's like, oh yeah, that's me next. So grateful. What did you say?
We love technology.
Yes, we love technology. I am so grateful once again to gather among like-hearted people, not only to be in the presence of each other, but when we are sharing an intention. The intention I'd like to call our attention to is experiencing the magnificence of who we are. Just that presence. So let's take a breath together. So the title of my share, if you will, is The Evolution of Spirituality. And like most messages I get to share, I just ask what they're to be. So honestly, when I receive the message, I'm like, okay, I'll trust that. I have no idea what it's going to be, but great, we'll go with that. And I love that. I love that mystery. But what I've learned to do is trust. And just to show up and know that that power we all have to tap into that higher level of consciousness that knows exactly what's needed. That's what I rely on, to allow that to express. And so that's what I'm going to do today. I can tell you my journey has been one of reliance and surrender and trust, as many of us through this time period. Very unique for most of us, right? This unique time period and experience of pandemic, etc. Each of you are going through your own experiences. And like you, I've been going through interesting experiences that are really helping me. Now I recognize helping me, and I'm choosing that, to find my power, to transcend suffering, to release the suffering. So I'll start with a quick story. The first story is about the tremendous pain I got to experience back in June 28th. I broke my ankle in 3 places skateboarding with our son. And I've told this story a couple of times. The beauty of it was when I first broke it, I was very present. I was listening to Spirit, and I did what Spirit was saying to do. Now, mind you, you may think, okay, Spirit's going to tell you to do something that breaks your leg? Right? That's what I thought. I'm like, okay, this is interesting, because I asked, is it best and highest for me to do this before I did it? And I got yes, and I did it. Crack. And I looked down, and I was present enough to reach down and set my own leg back. Just reached down. The doctor cringed when I told him, yeah, I just grabbed it. It was hanging this way, and I went, crick. Popped it back in place and stood up, tried to walk, and realized, nope, that's not going to work. So I was very in the moment, very present, right? And the lesson I learned through this was Spirit's going to take you on the journeys that are very uncomfortable and that are often situations you don't want to be in. The pain that ensued, my wife said, looked like I was having birth. I was on the couch, laying down, moaning, crying, chanting, meditating, doing everything I could. I finally started channeling. I was just like, okay, I don't know what else to do. You got to help me overcome this. I can't take it. Just let the words come out. And for about a half an hour, I was just channeling and transcended the pain. The pain was there, but it transcended it. It was like no suffering. And I think it's better to say I transcended the suffering, because I could see the pain. Like I could still sense it, but that agony was gone. It was a beautiful experience that showed me if I can continue to align with that source of who I really am, I can undergo anything without the suffering. And the suffering's optional. I got distracted again and went back into the suffering, right? And so that was okay. But I got through it. But that lesson, that little story, helped me see if I can truly find myself letting go, allowing the source of who I am to emerge, if you will, embracing that, accepting what is, not resisting it, completely just surrendering, and then accessing that higher level of consciousness that I am. It allows me to undergo and accept whatever it is without suffering. That was a tremendous lesson for me. And I've seen it in different ways, but that showed me no matter what we go through, no matter how painful it is, we can access peace, even in the midst of pain, even in the midst of trial, immobility, all these things that I was accepting, right? Watching my legs shrink. It was like, wow. All of those things had to come to terms with, and that power is what brought me through, that internal power. Now, does that mean it was easy? No. But the irony is it's simple. Someone recently challenged me to redefine how I look at surrender. Surrender, often when we approach surrender, we think of surrendering to this thing that is almost not us, right? I'm going to surrender, okay, I give. And the challenge was to look at it as, and I extended the invitation to you, embracing who we really are at this highest level. Embracing this great power this infinite, limitless love and light that we are. When I think of surrender that way, it just has a tiny bit of a different feeling and flavor for me. But why is it important? Because it leads to the principle that we all recognize, oneness. Or let me not assume that many of us have heard, oneness, that all is one. The I am, all consciousness, everything. That's why we're able to access that power, to transcend, right? And to accept all that is. Now, the other lesson I learned through, and I forgot to tell you, the lessons are to help us thrive. So the other lesson I learned through these experiences recently that's leading me to thriving is recognizing that whatever we desire, we're not separate from. Doesn't matter what it is. In that moment of pain, you know what I desired? I thought I desired relieving the pain. What I truly desired was letting go of the suffering. See, often, I think the Course in Miracles talks about we misperceive, right, what we desire. It was through that alignment and through that embracing that higher level of consciousness that helped me transcend and recognize, wait a minute, you're not trying to get rid of the pain. Look, what you really have here is the ability to be with it without suffering and have peace. What I really wanted was peace. A lot of times we think in the external, something's got to change, right? Oh, I got to change this pain. It's got to go away for me to have what I really want. I am separate from my good until this is fixed, right? What that showed me was, no, your good is right here. You're just choosing a story that is creating the suffering. And it can be challenging to let go of the story, let go of the belief that I am this body, that this pain is hell, and that I'm separate from my good, and you got to help me, and I can't take this anymore, et cetera, right? I was going through it all. You may be able to relate. What that oneness tells us is there is something that has been conditioned within us that tells us a different story, a belief that we are not enough, a belief that we are not worthy, a belief that we are insignificant, that we are somehow imperfect, broken, defaulted, that we're incapable. All these different limited, conditioned ways of thinking about who we are that have us creating a reality based on that belief system. So as many of us recognize, some of us may already know, our beliefs form our reality. Because the beliefs are the quality of thought that are often conditioned deep within. They're like little programs, right, that we're running around in. Some of you know this already. And what is beautiful is we can reprogram. We can release and decode and hack the system, if you will, through our alignment. In that moment of separation, pain, and suffering that I was going through, I finally found a practice that worked for me. Now, mind you, in other experiences, the other practices I tried worked. Meditating, get up in the morning and meditate. I don't have a broken leg, meditate, and it works, right? Go through my day, somebody cuts me off in traffic, breathe deep, let it go, and it works. Do an affirmation, give them the benefit of the doubt, it all worked, right? I love you, thank you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, it works. You know, in that moment, I tried it all. I can't think of any practice that I knew of that I didn't try, and none of it was working. What it tells me is, in certain moments, we have to find the practices that work for us. We can't assume that What I've been doing is going to work in this moment. This moment is unique, and it is my job to find what works. And sometimes that takes going through the Rolodex, every practice you can call upon. If it works, you'll know. If it doesn't, you'll know. Key is don't give up. Sometimes we're like that wonderful story of the guy who's been digging for gold for 15, 20 years, and all of a sudden gives up and sells the land, and then somebody comes in, he was 3 inches away from the gold mine. Don't give up. Oftentimes we are the bamboo. We've been cultivating this practice, and we're wondering, when is it going to shift? When is it going to change? We keep trying things and trying things. And with right there, we've done the work to start shedding the layers so that, 5 or 10 years, I guess, 3 to 5 years, the bamboo starts to sprout up. It takes that long to be in the darkness. It takes that long to be submerged and just breaking down to finally spring up. So don't give up. For me, when I felt that peace, it was all worth it. It was like, wow, this is the truth. Separation, suffering is optional. Wow. And the pain is here, and I can accept it, and it's okay. What a beautiful, beautiful experience that was for my soul. To remember, in the practices, still finding practices that work. Now, I'm grateful to have the challenge of doing the same thing with my emotions. The other lesson of thriving. Often we think spiritual evolution should look like this. And suddenly we have transcended all of this stuff, and we're untouchable. And emotionally, I'm just zen and calm and compassionate and loving 24/7. Nothing can touch this, right? And that's our delusion of perfection. It's like, you know what? We start beating ourselves up because we haven't achieved that delusion. And in fact, we accept a different delusion that we are imperfect. We begin to judge ourselves because we haven't achieved this wild concoction of what we think is spiritual evolution. What's funny is the title of this, quote, talk that I received was a pun. The evolution of spiritual life. The evolution of spiritual life is however you show up. That's spiritual life. Whether you're resistant, whether you're suffering, or whether you're aligned and in bliss and peace. That's the evolution of your spiritual life. It's however you show up. Now we begin to mature when we begin to recognize no matter what arises is perfection. When we begin to recognize no matter what arises, even within me emotionally, is perfection, is a gift. There is no separation. Well, what about when I get so angry and I feel this way and I feel depressed and I don't even want to be around my loved ones and I don't even want to, I'm just frustrated and the way they breathe is bothering me today. What about that? Is that spiritual? Actually, believe it or not, yes. The reality is, as we evolve, just like in that moment of pain, suffering is optional. If we can access that power when the irritation, annoyance, etc. arises, what happens is the suffering goes away, the sensation remains, and it transforms our experience. because we're no longer operating from a level of consciousness that believes in the separation when we find the practices that work and expand our awareness. In that moment of pain, all I did was aligned with the source of who I am so my awareness could expand. And it was no longer fixated on this idea of separation and judgment, that this pain is not for me. This pain is not good. This pain is wrong, shouldn't be here, needs to go away, is somehow victimizing me. That level of consciousness is all about separation. It does not see oneness or perfection. Through our practices, when we align and the awareness expands, we can access the consciousness that is our consciousness, that knows this is indeed for me. I am not separate. And the way she's breathing right now is perfect. What really changed? That breathing didn't bother you the other day. Something in you changed, right? So you shift out of this resistance. It's the resistance that creates the suffering. And you shift into the higher level of consciousness that knows not only to perceive what is as perfect, but also knows how to bring through the source energy that removes the blocks. It does the work through our presence. Whether we need to analyze it or not, it'll make it known. And remove the block, remove the irritation, bring the peace, help us transcend the misperception of what is. So, simple, yet not always easy. How much time do I have? I wasn't even paying attention. As much as I don't say that. No. I'm going to leave it to my higher consciousness since you gave that invitation. So, the fourth element of the spiritual evolution is recognizing what a wonderful teacher I heard say it this way: success is structural, not personal. Isn't that interesting? Success is structural, not personal. It's layers to that. I mean, a lot of layers. Think about it. If success was personal, then it's dependent on something specific about you. Your behavior, your worthiness and value, your abilities. We often get caught up in the other delusion that success is personal and that I've got to be good enough, that I've got to access some new abilities to be worthy, that I've got to somehow atone for my mistakes to be valuable enough. Let's look at success in terms of achievement, because I like to separate the idea of fulfillment and achievement. When we think of success, some people think of it as to be happy. Well, that's fulfillment. Great. Now, let's look at achievement. There's this other side of it. Want a new car. Want my health to get better. Want to be able to walk again. These are all achievements, right? So you can think of it in that sense. When I'm talking success is not personal, I'm talking about achievement. Things that we create for an external experience. So, success when it comes to achieving what we are here to do technically is secondary. It's secondary to fulfillment. How many people do we hear that achieve their goals and find out, love Jim Carrey, for example, wow, I had it all and realized this is not it, right? It's not found in there. So we can't expect to succeed and achieve and be fulfilled. That's backwards. Fulfillment comes from internal. So I'm not talking about success in the terms of fulfillment. That's the primary, the very first thing we do when we align with Source. We enter into that place, that higher consciousness of fulfillment. It helps remove the blocks that keep us separated from our fulfillment. That peace that I had in the moment of pain, did I achieve walking in that moment? No. Did I achieve getting rid of the pain? No. Did I achieve a miraculous healing of the leg in that moment? No. None of that happened, but I was fulfilled because I experienced peace, instant manifestation through alignment with the source of who I am. It shifted my consciousness. Did not require any external change. Now, how did I achieve walking again? Now, did I want to walk again? Absolutely. Even in that moment of peace, well, I really wasn't thinking about walking again. But later, I began to be inspired to do the action and take the action to walk again, to go through rehabilitation and achieve mobility. It was structural. It did not depend on my consciousness other than my willingness, my clear intention, and my desire to take action. That's structural. Anything we want to achieve, clear intent, will, and desire. Put those together, we take action. Well, John, that's a nice thought. I had a clear intention to lose 10 pounds last year. I was willing, and I'm pretty sure I desired. The pandemic hit, and I gained 10 pounds. What happened? One of those items was askew, was not in alignment with that intention, right? If you get a clear intention, then it's either your will or your desire that is off kilter. Man, I got the desire, but there's some external circumstance stopping me from achieving it. The gym is too far away. It rains 90% of the time where I live, so I'm not going to work out. Okay. Technically, you may want to align and let your awareness expand to see what's really going on, because the desire may not be strong enough. The desire may not be strong enough to overcome perceived obstacles. When our desire is strong enough, we look for new ways. My desire on that couch, for example. Come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, Joy. Hey, Mary Carmen. It's our dear friends, by the way. Good to see you. So my desire to actually transcend the pain wasn't actually strong enough until it was. And when that desire is great enough, we find a way. One of the messages my wife and I got when we used to, we were partners in aligning and listening to Spirit and bringing through guidance. And my wife once asked, will I be doing this? Will I be bringing through guidance this way? Connecting with my higher source and just bringing it through? It's like, when your desire is strong enough, yes, you will do what it takes. It may not look the same way as John has done it, but you will choose a way to do it and find a way. So when that desire is strong enough, we find a way to achieve. We clarify our intention. Sometimes the desire's there, we don't even know what we want. Man, I feel like I need to change. I don't know what it is, but something's calling me. That's the time to clarify the desire, to get present with what that desire is. Allow Source to bring the fulfillment. Fulfillment and achievement, not the same. The external projection is not not the fulfillment, the source of fulfillment. It is just the success. Does success bring fulfillment? Well, if you believe what I'm telling you, no. If you believe what Jim Carrey told you, no. Is success personal? Well, if it is, look at whether we're not judging right or wrong, we're just looking at character. Look at narcissism and egotism. Has it been able to achieve? Absolutely. Look at this past year, right? Past few years, that is. Let's look at being a jerk. being an a-hole, as they call it. Well, look at Henry Ford, and apparently, I've read a couple of biographies, Steve Jobs, guys like that with a reputation of just being, whoo, look what they've been able to achieve. Success isn't personal. It's not dependent on how spiritual and good and compassionate and kind you are. That's fulfillment. Success doesn't care. You can be an a-hole or a compassionate person and still go build a house. Either one can succeed in hammering a nail, right? In order to thrive, what I'm getting at is this. Shifting out of this belief system that our personal work creates somehow the value for us to achieve. It is not true. It is a fallacy that we get stuck in and think we are unworthy. We're caught up in the separation. That's the game. Caught up in the separation of spiritual life. Okay, let me purify myself and remove enough blocks so that abundance can come. Okay, well, you could also align and open up and listen to that inspiration that says, go fill out your resume. Or go pursue that painting or creative aspect that has been calling you for expression. It's not that we aren't good enough. It's not that we aren't worthy. It's that we need to get present so we expand our awareness out of these limited, conditioned thinking and beliefs about who we are so we can open up and follow inspired action. First and foremost, to accept fulfillment now, transcend suffering, and secondly, to follow inspired action. To do what we are here to do, regardless of the pain, regardless of the blocks. My new nickname through this pandemic, what is it, baby? No, well, that's it. John Do It Anyway Stringer. When I'm hearing from Spirit something, I feel so resistant. This is the last story. Had a bill from our old internet unworthy, terrible, non-reliable provider. For 12 years we were a customer. Called technicians so many times to bring them out to fix the internet. They tell us this, tell us that. We try everything, spend $400 on a new dual router, top of the line, still isn't working. It's like, what is going on? Just over and over. Finally, I'm listening to Spirit. Go ahead and open up to this possibility, that possibility. Boom. We find an incredible service that's like 10 to 12 times better. We test it, paying for them both concurrently. It's like, oh, wow, this is way better. I'm listening. Okay, go ahead and cancel that one. Great. I call to cancel the old provider and tell them, thank you for your service. We would like to disconnect. Oh, have you been happy with it? Well, let's just say we found something better. So we're disconnecting. My wife reminds me, make sure to ask them, do we owe anything after this? Ma'am, do we owe anything? No, you don't owe anything. My wife's like, that doesn't sound right. Ask them, are they sure? Are you sure? Yes. Because you disconnect on this date, you owe nothing. Yay! Free at last. 12 years of messing with this company. We're done. It felt so good. The next month, I get a bill for $300. I'm like, what? I'm like, wait a minute. It's the principle. We got the money, but it's the principle. I got the call. That should have cued me right there. I was an ego, right? That was kind of the tip. It's the principle. Can I talk to your manager, please? Because we got to do something about this. They put me on with the supervisor, and I end up having to leave a message and go through all this stuff. One lady gives me $100 credit. Like, that's just not enough. Y'all told us something else. I shouldn't have to pay this. Shouldn't have to. I should not have to deal with this reality, right? So all kinds of signs that I was off and out of alignment, right? Finally, they just leave us with about 0 and 290 something. I think that's what it ends up being. And I'm just furious, and I try calling again, never get called back. And finally, I'm like, all right, Spirit, what should I do here? Go ahead and put on Twitter about it. Okay. This company talked to the blah, 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 told the story, and they're not giving us a refund. Put a little picture up there. I hit send. Then I'm being present, breathing. I'm like, man, this feels weird. What is this tightness? Like, Spirit, what's up? Why do I feel like that? It's like, well, you get to experience what it feels like to choose doing that. Doesn't feel good, does it? No, this doesn't feel good at all. So I'm letting it go. It's like, all right, now go delete it. I go delete the tweet. Now go pay the bill. I'm like, really? Yes, pay the bill. I'm like, oh, no. And I'm crying. I'm in this group where we do these daily check-ins, and we call them burns. We go in and just burn off what's blocking us, and I'm burning. I'm in tears. I'm burning through this resistance. I don't want to pay it, and I know it's best and highest. Oh, my goodness, this inspired action. Oh, I don't like it. I'm trying to align with it. I'm calling in alignment, acceptance, and peace. Finally, I get there, and I go pay the bill. And I'm done with it, and I let it go. A week later, we get a check, a refund. In our PayPal, actually, a notice, $290-something refunded. I'm like, thank you, Spirit. What's the point? The suffering was optional. All that suffering I did, I shouldn't have to deal with. It's the principle. All that was optional. I'm going to take a stand. Spirit's like, okay, go ahead. See what that feels like. This feels yucky. How you enjoying that? It's like you get the freedom. You got the sovereignty to choose whatever you want. I'm going to take a stand. Yeah, how's that working out? How's that feel? These anti-vaxxers, these maskers, I'm going to take a stand. I'm going to do that. I'm going to stand up. It's the principle. I should have the right to da. Right? How's that feel? Okay, good for you, right? The reality is this. When we align, Spirit's going to let you do whatever you want. It's not right or wrong. Yeah, thank you. That's the wrap-up signal. Thank you. Yep. It's how does it feel? So if we can get to a place where we are transcending the suffering, that's our key. Finding the practices that help us transcend the suffering. Knowing that it's possible because we are one with all that is. Knowing that it's not right or wrong, whatever we choose, but we get to see what does it feel like. And if we don't like it, we can find the power to transcend the suffering and follow the inspired action to have both achievement and fulfillment. That's abundance. Not, I'm fulfilled, but man, I can't do anything I want to do, but I'm going to be fulfilled anyway. Well, I guess you could do that if that's what you desire. But many of us have other desires. And to honor those desires, we align, we feel the fulfillment, and we follow the inspired action. That's what I define as thriving. And that's what I've been blessed to experience. And I thank you for listening to my story. I hope you gained some inkling from it. I give thanks to the source that's still teaching me. Am I an expert? I am an expert in being the master of this ship, choosing suffering or choosing bliss. And I hope to choose a lot more bliss. I hope you do the same. Namaste. So we're going to do a short meditation just to feel into whatever part that Spirit wants us to receive right now. So just take a breath with me. Just breathe and relax. As you breathe and relax, bring your attention to your heart. Just imagine light coming through the sky down into your head, entering your heart. This source energy growing in this moment. And bring through the frequency of gratitude. Letting that light, that source energy, fill your body from head to toe. And let your awareness fill throughout your body. Wherever there's tightness, let that light and your breath go to that source energy. And simply say a mantra in your mind. Align, align. Repeat that mantra, align. It's a code that your inner being knows. Aligning you with the source of who you are. Engage your will as you breathe and relax and simply align. Take a deep breath. Now simply issue that same code with your will, except this time allow. You're allowing that source energy to do what it intelligently knows to do. Letting your awareness expand into the subtle energy. The I am presence that you are. Expanding your awareness and bringing the sensation of love and compassion to your heart space right here, right now. As you breathe in, take a deep breath. Relax. And now simply change that command to allow. Engaging your will as you allow. And now let go. Let go. Let go. Let go. Take a deep breath. And as you listen to this song, just continue to release, align, allow, let go, and let that knowing come through. I wanna say thank you for the way you gently opened my eyes. No matter what I do, your love is always coming through. When I look in any situation and I say yeah,
I say yes to your love. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. And take my hands, do what you will, and take my voice, do what you will, and take my all, do what you will. Let your love flow through me. I know you know the plans to prosper me. Yes, bring me hope and a future, and I say yes. I surrender, and I say yes. Take a breath. And in your mind, simply say yes to the source of who you are. That will, that is the highest will, that is your will. The will of the I am. That knows it is yours to have abundant life completely here and now. And to bring that fulfillment to your inspired action. It is your birthright. You are worthy. You are enough. Simply tell your heart yes. That you are saying yes to the great I am that is the yes. Seeking to express in, as, and through you limitlessly. You are not separate from your good. Never have been, never will be. You can let that belief go. If you're ready to let that belief go, just in your mind say yes. As you relax, breathe, and allow the source of who you are to remind you that you are more than worthy. That anything you have ever seen is you in action. There is no separation. It is yours. It is you. And whatever you desire, it is already yours. As you bring yourself back to this moment, receiving all that Spirit has for you now, simply in your heart, tell yourself all of that you are. Thank you. So it is.
John Stringer in the house. Wow, thank you, thank you, thank you. I didn't have enough paper. I'm taking all these. Now's the time in our service where we celebrate our prosperity with our gifts, our tithes, and our love offerings. And I know that Sadie's going to bring us a basket to put it in. She's going to pop through that door any minute and bring that to us. For those of you who are giving online, you can go through our Facebook page on the donate button or on our website donate button. And those of you who are in the building, we're going to have a basket up here. We're not going to pass it. We're not quite there yet. So it'll just be up here in the front, and you can put it there if you care to. But we take all of these blessings, these tithes, these love offerings, and we hold them in spirit and bless them. So let's say the blessing together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God, for the joy of giving and receiving. Amen. And I'd like to put the final offering on it as well. Mother, Father, God, we know that this offering is the very substance of your being and that it was created for us before the world was even formed. We know, acknowledge, and affirm that according to your perfect law, it returns to each giver heaped up, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. And for an increased understanding of this perfect law, we do give thanks. And so it is. Amen. I'm going to place mine right here.
So, Reverend Roxanne, just to make sure I point this out, thank you for giving me the liberty to go longer. Because I definitely went longer. I appreciate you. I am able, I am free to have it all. I am able, I am answering the call. I am able to share the love inside of me. I am able, I am able. Now you're invited to sing along. This next part goes like this. I have come this far by the grace of God, and I will not stop until my work here is done. I have come this far by the grace of God, and I will not stop until my work here is done. There's a third part. There's no need to look no more. We're the ones we're waiting for. Every heart's an open door for you to love yourself. Uh-oh. Hands cramping up. It's been a while. There's no need to look no more. We're the ones we're waiting for. Every heart's an open door for you to love yourself. Now from the top, check it out. Sing this with me, please. I am able, I am free to have it all. I am able, I am answering the call. I am able to share the love inside of me. I am able, I am able, that's it. I have come this far by the grace of God, and I will not stop until my work here is done. I have come this far by the grace of God, and I will not stop until my work here is done. Oh, there's no need to look no more. We're the ones we're waiting for. Every heart's an open door for you to love yourself. Hey, there's no need to look no more. We're the ones we're waiting for. Every heart's an open door for you to love yourself. I am able, I am free to have it all. I am able, I am answering the call. I am able to share the love inside of me. I am able, I am able. Great job, y'all.
All right. We would love to support you in prayer, and there's several ways that you can ask us to do that. We'd be happy to. You can, on our website, request a prayer. You can go on Facebook and messenger us there. You can also call the church. Chances are I'll answer, and I'd be happy to support you in prayer. There are also prayer cards in the back by the prayer box. You can fill one of those out. And if you'd like a call, you can put that on the prayer request as well, and someone will give you a call. But our prayer chaplains hold all of those requests in prayer. And then we send them up to Unity Village as well, and they hold them in prayer also 24 hours a day for 30 whole days. So there's a lot of really good prayer energy that goes behind all of those. If you'd like more information about our ministry, same process, website, Facebook, call. Our president will join you in the back if you're here for the first time in the building. I just volunteered him. I think they call that voluntold, right? Yeah. Yeah. So all of those, and again, if you call the church, very good possibility that you'll get me, and I would love to tell you all about our ministry and Unity as a whole. So we have CDs and, little electronic cool flash drives that are on the bracelets and all of that cool. And the flyers for the retreat, all of that over here by the door. And your website, John, is? JohnStringerINC.com. That's STRINGER. Just in case I said it funny. JohnStringerInc.com. All right. Today, there he is.
Right behind you.
Tell us all about what's happening today.
Community outreach. Please join us after service as we put together snack packs for the needy and hungry for our Titusville community. We encourage you to take a couple packs after. We're accepting love offerings. Keep them in your car, and as you see people who are in need, feel free to spread the gift of joy and love to them. Thank you.
Yeah, and that's today in hospitality, right after service. I think he's got it set up like we're an assembly line or something, so it'd be very cool. Then next week is a really, really important week for us. We're going to develop our mission and our core values, and we're going to do it during service. Never been done before. People think I'm crazy, but we're going to do it. And I'm going to send everybody a Survey Monkey this week. That will give us the foundational start. I'll ask you a few questions about what is it that we do well, what is it not so well, what should we be going for in the future, what do you see your spiritual home looking like in 3 years, in 5 years, next week. So those things will be on the Survey Monkey, and that'll give us the groundwork to start it next week in service. We'll also have ability for those of you who join us online to chat and tell us your input. Debbie will be working really, really hard, gathering all of that and getting it out to us. So we're looking forward to it. It's going to be important work to see how we move forward in the future, right? All right. I'm glad about that. Also on the 23rd, right after service, our blessed Barbara McGillicuddy will be doing a clearing and a cleansing and a blessing on the church and everyone that's here. So right after our spiritual work on our mission and core values, we'll have a clearing, almost like a brand new start for our church and for ourselves. So we thank you for that. Oh, and there will be some soup and rolls and that kind of thing available. So we're not going to starve you to death through all of that. We'll have some food for you in between them as well. So please join us next week. It's so nice to see so many beautiful faces here today. I'm just thrilled. Anyway, check out our website, and anybody interested in doing website work should give me a holler, because I'll put you to work. All right. Let's sing our peace song.
Was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with our family in perfect harmony.
Perfect harmony, let
peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now, right now. every step I take. Let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
I love you. Have a wonderful week. Mwah.